Alright, so there's a rat in the garage. I freaking hate rats. I don't like rats. I don't like mouse. I don't even really like hamsters. That is... I mean, I think it's a rat. I mean, what else could it be? Hopefully not a raccoon, and definitely wouldn't be a raccoon, but holy crap. Where the frick could it be, though? I have no idea, but... Oh. Alright, so I'm actually giving away my old 22-inch Crete light bar that I got from Amazon to Kenneth, and you guys may know him as the white man that I referred to in the previous video, or in the 32-inch light bar installation video. Yeah, I mean, I don't need this anymore because I got a McTuning one, and McTuning one is brighter than this one. And instead of just like throwing it away, I figured I'd just give it to Kenneth, and he's the one that's going to be inspecting my ball joints and just making sure everything's all right before I go on a long, road trip. Also, for this video, I kind of want to talk about how I can afford my Duramax at age 23. I was 22 when I first bought my Duramax, and it seems like a lot of people are wondering how I can afford, a lifted truck like that. So I'm just gonna talk about it today. And I mean, it kind of baffles me because I don't think it's not a brand new truck that's like $60,000, $70,000. So, but people do want to know, so I guess I'll explain it. So this is the one that came with McTuning's light bar. It's funny, my light bars came with 2 wiring harnesses each, but Dalton's didn't come with any. And I also heard that whoever ordered it because they saw Dalton's video also didn't get any wiring harnesses for their light bar either, which is very strange to me because I got, like I said, I got 2. I've gotten 2 light bars from McTuning. Both of them had, 2 sets of wiring harnesses I could choose from. So I don't know what happened there, but they have great customer service. So I mean, if they don't send you a wiring harness, I'm pretty sure they will, make up for it. But to get this started, I'm gonna talk about, I guess my first truck. I bought my first truck when I was 19. I just came back from college. I just transferred back to Augusta from another college. I was playing soccer, and I decided that I didn't want to play anymore, so I came back home. And then when I came back home, I decided that I was just going to live with my parents for a little bit, and then transfer out to maybe like UGA or go to a bigger university. My uncle, I refer to him as like my parent, but he didn't want me to come back. He wanted me to keep playing soccer, but I was at the point where I had an injury in high school where I broke my leg, and I just couldn't play at that level anymore. So my leg couldn't handle it. So I made the decision of quitting soccer, or at least playing at that level, and just coming back home and just being like a normal college student. So he told me that if I wanted to come back, I would have to start like paying for it, everything, because my responsibility as a college athlete would be practicing and just being good at the sport, also keeping up with the grades. But because I wasn't a college athlete anymore and I don't have that responsibility of being an athlete and being good at the sport, he was just like, if you're gonna come back, you gotta start working, you gotta start paying for like your insurance, I was already paying for my gas, but he's like, you gotta start paying for insurance, and you gotta start paying for basically a lot of things, because I no longer am responsible for being a college athlete. Which makes sense, and I agreed. I said, all right, well, I don't want to play anymore. I really can't play anymore, so I'll come back. I'll start working, and I go to school, and I'll start paying for whatever I need to do. Anyway, eventually a year later, I saved up enough money and I bought my first truck. I got it from my uncle. He bought it brand new in like 2005, and he sold it to me for around $12,000–$13,000. And I mean, the playlist, it will be up here somewhere. But I put a leveling kit on it first, with 33s, and then I put some 35s with a 6-inch rough country lift. So it went through a couple of phases. I went through like 6-7 different headlights. I've had a light bar on there, and I put the new style tow mirrors. And only thing I wish I would, I had a bully dog tuner. Only thing I wish I would have done was like, I guess, putting an exhaust, and that's also why that was the first thing I did on my Duramax. So when I first got my truck, I was actually working, at a job that was pretty much minimum wage. And so I was making enough money to pay for my gas, insurance, and the truck payment. And a little bit of like extra. So that's why it took me like almost 2 years to lift my truck. Eventually, after all the mods were done, I sold my truck for $16,000. So when I sold my truck for $16,000, I had about, let's see, $6,000 in cash. What you cooking? Good looking.
Vegetable soup.
Vegetable soup. Air fryer. Yo, check this out. Me and my roommate, we went to Kroger. Oh yeah, check out the vlog. I started doing like a daily vlog. I'll put the link in the description below. But we decided that we were gonna buy a 1,000-piece puzzle, and we worked on it for what, 20 minutes? 20 minutes, and we haven't touched it since. Alright, so when I sold my truck for $16,000, like I said, I had about $5,000 or $6,000 in cash left over. Although I had to spend that money for my tuition, I had to spend like $2,000, $3,000 for tuition, but I was able to find the Duramax for about $20,000, and I had like $3,000, $4,000 in cash. So all I had to do was go get like $15,000, $16,000 loan from the bank, and I also had close to $3,000 saved in my bank account. So with that being said, I had about $2,000, $3,000 in the bank account, and I had $5,000, $6,000 in cash that I got from selling my old truck. All I needed was a $15,000 loan to buy that Duramax. And I don't go out, I don't spend money I don't spend like hundreds of dollars every weekend going out. So I was able to save money pretty quickly. So honestly, yeah, that's how. Past 2-3 years since I've had the Gasser and I had this Duramax, I've had about 3 to 4 different jobs, and I made sure that every time I got a new job, I got a pay increase, and I just kept always searching for a better job and better opportunity. So like right now I'm making more than double of what I was making 2-3 years ago when I first got my Gasser. So I mean I don't work full-time either. I work part-time. It's definitely not like I make a lot of money. I just feel like I'm really good at managing money, and that is also why I have Moto Metals. My wheels were $1,000, and I bought them used, and they came with tires. And the way I try to do things is that I try not to, if it's a bad deal, obviously don't do it. It doesn't matter how badly you want it. It's just not worth it sometimes. Or for me, it's not worth it. I make sure that I always come out on top. With the Moto Metal wheels, the tires had a decent amount of tread left, and I knew I could ride with them for a little bit, and I sold the tires for about $200 with like 15% tread left, because I knew people were willing to pay that much for 35-inch mud tires. So I didn't lose that much money on that, and I made sure that so you know, this truck, when I first bought it, it came with like 17-inch Hummer wheels with practically brand new tires. And I was just like, I don't really care about the tires because, you know, I'm gonna lift it anyway. And I made sure to sell the old setup for about $1,000. And, you know, the old setup basically paid for, you know, the 20x12 with 35-inch tires, which was the setup that I had on this truck when it was basically leveled. And so, I mean, I honestly didn't lose any money on that transaction, on that deal. And then the tow mirrors, I bought these for about 150, and I sold the old ones for about 100. Oh, for exactly 100. So I really only spent $50 for brand new tow mirrors. Like, so that's the stuff I do. I make sure that I can sell the old parts and get at least, you know, like 30 to 50% of my money back by selling the old parts. So, I mean, it's simple. Like, I guess, I mean, I'm a marketing major, so it all, like, I'm a business major, so it all kind of just makes sense to me. But yeah, just try to invest your money. I mean, like, yeah, vehicle is like the worst possible asset, you know, the worst possible investment you can make, because it depreciates really quickly. But if you're gonna like alright, let's say you find a set of wheels that are like John, he bought his 22x12s for $900. It's two-piece. They're over $2,000 brand new, and he's planning on putting them on his truck because it fits his truck. But if all else fails and he doesn't want those rims, he can sell it for $1,500, and he's not gonna lose any money. So, I mean, kind of like that. So, like, always have a backup plan. Always make sure that if you're gonna buy something and spend money, make sure that it's gonna be an asset for you. So what I mean by that is, let's say I wanna buy a set of 22x14 wheels that I wanna flip, right? But if all else fails and I can't flip the wheels, I can put it on my truck. So, like, you know, I'm not really, you know, losing anything there. And that's exactly why I bought these Moto Metals. I knew they were going to be temporary. I've had them for almost a year now, but after I get the front end rebuilt, I'm planning on buying a new set of wheels. And I know I can sell these for at least, what, $600 at least? The most, I'm losing like $200 on this, but, you know, for, you know, being able to ride on them for about a year, I'll take that. You know, big shout out to Dealer Options. They're amazing. And, you know, without them, you know, I would be spending thousands and thousands of more dollars, you know, on labor and parts. Oh, shoot. Yeah, like I said, okay, I hope that wasn't a cop. They're always giving me great deals, and they do a great job. They lifted my first truck, they lifted my Duramax, they lifted Peter's Denali. They're about to lift John's 2014 GMC. So, I mean, you know, we don't take our vehicles anywhere else. If we want to get stuff done correctly, we take it over to Dealer Options. So, huge shout out to them for always helping us out, always hooking us up, and always doing a great job. You know, all the money that I save from them goes, you know, towards my other truck parts. That's exactly how, you know, this truck is where it's at now, with all the help of, you know, my friends, and just I don't make a lot of money. Like, I don't work full time, although I'm getting, you know, a little bit of money on YouTube, and it's, you know, revenues have been going up recently. So thank you to all your subscribers watching my videos. So, you know, I'm making more money on YouTube, so I'm able to spend a little bit more on my truck parts now. So hopefully what I want to do is, you know, all the money that I make from, you know, working can just pay the bills, and whatever money that I make from YouTube can pay for modifications. There was a Duramax I just drove by. What up, white man?
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
That's why I came here, remember?
I thought you named me to look at something.
Yeah, my ball joints. Or my balls.
balls.
Just the balls, not the joints. Hear that? I've gotten used to it, so it's not that bad.
See, that's some of that right there's your gearbox itself.
Yeah. I'm planning on going to Virginia. I'm planning on leaving Sunday. I just don't want to crash when I'm driving. See, when you're backing up and turning, you can hear something popping, but I don't know if that's the body mount or... See, you hear that?
Yeah, that's just stuff. That's just stuff popping, dude. You're gonna have some pop. You're never gonna get no.
Right.
You're never gonna get a lifted truck.
Right.
I say you won't ever. You know?
Yeah.
You're always gonna have a little bit of pop flex, and you have to realize that this truck was made the way it was for a purpose, and then you took that purpose and you made it lifted.
And I put a bigger purpose.
Yeah, you put a bigger purpose. So you're always gonna have a little bit of cracks and crevices and pops and tweaks and bends and all that stuff. I mean, my truck does.
Yeah.
And my truck's, I mean, what, 2.5 inch lift?
Yeah.
You're always gonna catch a little something.
Yeah.
Never be perfect.
Well, I mean, because I was...
Unless you go back stop.
I mean, I was replacing the tie rod on this truck over the summer, and then I tore up the bushing on the lower ball joint. So I was wondering if the lower ball joint was still good or not.
Basically, with that boot being ripped, it's just gonna allow moisture to build up.
Yeah.
And it'll allow it to rust and kind of allow the grease and everything to sling out faster.
Yeah.
But the boot actually being ripped won't really necessarily cause it to tear out just because you ripped the boot.
Yeah, but it's been like 6 months.
No, dude, you gotta go like
Oh, really?
a long time. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, like going and putting it in the mud and stuff like that, if it gets submerged, then yeah, because all that grit and sand and pieces of rock and everything's gonna get in there, and then yeah, that'll tear them up.
I mean, because I've gone through some stuff.
That's literally what that boot's for. It's a dust cover.
Okay. I mean, it should be okay for...
Yeah, you should be fine to go on the trail.
I mean, I have it on the documents. If I crash, I'm gonna see you.
Okay. Make sure you do. I ain't got much. I got a kayak and a
I'll sue you for your kayak.
halfway decent looking truck, so you can take it.
Nah, I wouldn't take your dad's truck. Just a kayak.
Just leave the sticker on it. We're good. That's gonna be in my contract if I sell that truck. You can buy my truck, but you're leaving that sticker on.
Just got a quote for getting new gearbox installed. The price is not bad at all, so I'm pretty excited for that. I'm definitely gonna get it fixed after the road trip. It would be very ideal to get it done, you know, before the road trip, but man, Christmas time really like snuck up on me. So I'm gonna have to wait till after the road trip, but you know, everything looks good, so it should make it there and back in one piece. I can wait till after that, and once I get the gearbox fixed and everything, I might start looking at going wider. And I'm thinking about going with Scorpion wheels because, like I said, I like the underdogs, and they are actually, I think they're hooking me up with the discount, so that's always good. Oh, this lady on the bike, killing me. Yeah, so, you know, me working part-time, going to school full-time, and having to pay for everything, and I was able to afford this Duramax. So, and if you're out there and you want to, if you want a Duramax, or if you just want a truck in general, work hard. You know, you can do it. And you know, right now, I'm paying for. I'm out of school, but you know, hopefully I can invest more into YouTube, so that way I can have more revenue coming in from YouTube. So that way I can put more money towards this build and make it look prettier for you guys and make more entertaining content for y'all. So, but I just want to encourage you guys, you know, encourage the viewers, whoever's watching this video, you know, you can do it. You know, just set your mind to it. Just work hard, believe in yourself, and one day you'll have a nice looking truck and you'll be driving in your dream truck one day. And if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to message me on Instagram. But please, 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 don't message me anything dumb like my setup, because that's all like under my bio. I have a whole playlist, so please try to go through the playlist first before you ask me something very, very silly, because I have to repeat myself a lot on Instagram, and I'm getting to the point where I don't feel like answering some of the very common questions. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, feel free. Those of you guys who do message me on Instagram, and like y'all know, I try to respond to all the DMs, and if you guys have any questions, I try to be very thorough by responding. And if you guys have any questions about like installing rock lights or whatever, I'll do my best to answer everything for you guys. So thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to subscribe for future Duramax content, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Peace.